Hi everyone, welcome to our new second home. There's a little story attached to why I'm filming on Thursdays now. My name is Jill Lancet. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I live in Greystanes in New South Wales, Australia. If you'd like to shop with me, that is my online store. That is the October host code if you want to order something. Please like, subscribe and share. Please share these videos. I want everybody to know how easy it is to do some things and things that people may not have thought of. Yeah, share them. Share them by all means. Now, getting back to this story. I normally film on a Sunday night and a Wednesday night, and if you know anything about me at all, you know that I love playing bingo. I play bingo on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and it just is, that's my recreation. On Wednesday night, I go to trivia. That is my brain food. That keeps the little grey cells ticking over. But in between that, bingo in the morning and going off to trivia in the evening, I've been scrambling, filming videos to put up for Wednesday night. And if I'm running late, there's a certain amount of pressure attached to that. Plus, I have a family that I have to feed, including myself, before I go to trivia. So things were starting to get a little bit crazy. There's a lovely old chap at the club where I go to. He's a very dear friend of mine, and he has started, because I have been minding my little granddaughter Mondays and Tuesdays, so that was adding to the stress a bit. Instead of having lunch with him on a Tuesday, I was having lunch with him on a Wednesday, and that was putting me back even further. So, yeah, something had to give. Now, just for my own sanity, I decided on Tuesday evening, was it Tuesday evening or Wednesday evening? I don't know. I just decided, hey, I'm retired. Who said I have to do this on a Wednesday? So there you go. That's the story of Jill's sanity, or the attempted saving thereof. So now we're going to be Tuesday. Gosh, see, I don't even know what day it is. Sundays and Thursdays. Okay. Of course, you can watch them anytime on YouTube. Just go and find my channel and just click play. So, there's a couple of things we're going to do in today's card. Now, I found that when I was doing my Wednesday ones, and even sometimes on my Sunday ones, I felt like I was really rushing through things. So if you ever feel that, please put something in the comments and I'll try and rectify that. But I'm going to show you this little card I made, and I'm actually going to tweak it a little bit because, yeah, I thought it could be better. So here it is here, and this little door, this little aperture opens to reveal a really fun little picture inside. So that just closes like that. I'm going to show you all the bits and pieces. I've just put a simple message in there, but you could go crazy. And I'm just going to tweak that just a little bit because I wasn't happy with the way that's stamped up. So I'm going to go through the things that you need first. So we need a card base, obviously. So that's half A4. And then it's scored at 10.5. So this turns out to be 14.85, and it's scored at 10.5. That's our card base. Now, we need a piece of real red. but we're not going to leave it at that. That is 14 point, hang on, I have this written down on a scrap, 14.3 by 10 centimetres. And we're going to do something to this. I have a piece of the Designer Series paper from the Joy of Christmas, is it? Probably should have got that out. Never mind. But what I did was I sticky taped the largest and then the third largest. So this is going from the outside. The largest and then the third largest deckled rectangles. We're only going to use this piece, but we will be left with a frame. So I can use that for something else. That will appear, I'm sure, on another card very, very soon. So stay tuned for that one. This is rubbish. So I've got 2 pieces out of that one piece. We also need a piece of our basic white, and it is slightly smaller than this piece. It is 10 centimetres by 7 centimetres. And we're going to be using one of these Nested Essentials dies. This is the largest of the pennants or the flags. So we're going to be using that. And we just need a couple of bits and pieces other than that. But we're going to make this card. Settle in, because I don't have to rush now. You may or may not think that's a good thing, but anyway, we'll see. So I've got this piece here. Now I'm just going to show you where these things are in the other things that we need. We need one of the round brads, the white ones. They're on page 139 in the annual catalogue. There's a lot of them in there. The next thing we're going to use is our beautiful Simply Elegant trim, and that's on page 144 in the catalogue. The deckled rectangles are here on page 163, and the Nested Essentials are these ones here. Yes, I just dropped something. That's on page 165, but we're using the largest of the pennant dies there. So, yeah, let me see what I dropped. Found it. Okay, so putting the catalogue away now, and we're going to start. Now, I've got a coffee. I hope you've got a coffee. We're going to do some colouring, we're going to do some die cutting, we're going to do all sorts of things, and yeah, I want you to be relaxed and enjoy this video. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I want to allow that to dry, is take my piece of red, and with my metallic paints that I literally got from the $2 shop. Okay, got them from the $2 shop, and I've been really enjoying the fact that these weren't expensive at all, and I'm getting so much out of them. They're just metallic paints. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to do to make this piece of real red just a little bit special. Where's the paintbrush I used? Okay, I used this one here. So I'm going to add some water to this, and they're just watercolour paints, but they leave a metallic. As you can see, I've got this spattered everywhere, and I mean everywhere. And you want it fairly runny. Now, what you don't use, it just dries back up into this little palette concoction here. But look, I found the easiest way to do this is to bang the paintbrush against something. Now, I hope you can see that. I will hold it up. But I want to turn it. Now, we're going to cover most of this anyway, so I want to turn it so that I'm getting different spatters. Now, I do this quite a lot. But this is just taking an ordinary piece of real red cardstock and making it into gold foil red Christmas cardstock. Now, you could do a whole pile of these all at once while you've got your paint out. And yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Let me just dry up that bit of water there. Look at the shine on that. Isn't that lovely? And these were like literally a few dollars. So they've been well worth those few dollars. Now I'm just going to scrape as much back in there as I can. Clean my brush. That's it. That's it. We can set this aside to dry now, and it won't take very long at all. Yeah, won't take very long at all. And yeah, we're done with that. So I can pop those away now. This can go and just sit over here and dry, assuming I can pick it up. Okay, let's pop that over there. Now, there are a couple of other things that we're going to do with these pieces here. Now look, I got gold splatter on that. I told you it gets everywhere. I've got it, look, I've got it even on the case. Dear, oh dear. All right, so what I want to do here is, now I'm just going to take some of my my reusable tape, and I'm lining this up around about even border all the way around. Now I'm just taping this down. Now for me, this taping it down is really important because look, I don't know, they move on me. I just don't know why, but anyway, they do, they move. So I've got that, as you can see, I've kind of sort of got it centered in the middle there. Now I'm going to take my little, let's put the lid on that water before something happens. I'm going to take my little Stampin' Cut and Emboss, which is a mouthful. And I've got my two plates. I've got the one that I normally cut on, which is all scratched and horrible looking. I've got my plate number 1, this plate number 2, and then another number 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually position this so that this straight edge is hanging off. And I think I can hear you saying hanging off what? Well, hanging off the plates. So I'm lining these two plates up. I'm popping this here. Now, I'm taping this again because I don't want this to move. Now, I just keep all my little bits of tape until they're absolutely no good before I chuck them in the bin. So I'm just taping that on there. There's a bit of tape. Come here. I just stick them on my light. And I've also got a magnet up there on my light so that I can just put things, metal things up there so they're up out of the way. Okay, so if you can imagine, this is hanging off here. But I just want to make sure that I don't cut through there. So I'm going to stagger the plates so that the edge, the very edge, is on the inside of the very edge of that. Now, I'm going to open this up. I'll have to reposition that again. But I just want to show you how easy this is. So if you look at this side on, you can see that they're slightly staggered and there's no plate covering this whole piece here. There's no plate because I don't want that cut. So I'm going to feed this through, hopefully, because sometimes it doesn't like to, no, it doesn't want to. So I'll do it from this other end. Hang on. I'll give it one more go. I'll give it one more go. Sometimes you have to stagger them to get it going. There we go. Nope. Now I'm going to go from this end because this is what happened earlier. So I'm making sure that the edge of that is not covering this cutting part. I'm going to pop that in there. I'm holding those tight while they go through. Why? Why? I don't know, but that's what happened before. So you can see when this goes through, the pressure is going to stop there. The pressure, because there's no plate after that, the pressure is going to stop there and not cut. So let's just put that through and I'll show you what happened. Now, you can see from the back that it's cut the pennant, but not any of this area here. So very gently peel off that tape. I find sometimes when I've reused this a few times, it tends to leave a bit of a residue on the paper. But look, that's easy enough to deal with. I just take an eraser and just rub it off. So, oh, sorry. Okay, so that's that cut out. Let's get rid of these plates and I'll show you how that turned out. So now I've got a bit of an opening like this. So before I deal with that, I want to stamp it, and there's a tiny little bit of tape on there from the frames. Right, so this is going to be on the front of our card, and I want to emboss. Instead of putting it in black, which I did the first one, I think I want to emboss it in gold. So embossing buddy all over. I've got my Versamark, I've got my gold. I'm just going to have all of this stuff ready, and I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to stamp special delivery right in on there. So you want to ink this up really, really well. Make sure you're getting lots of embossing ink on it. Now, my head is not exactly over the top of this, so round about there. Hope it's straight. If it's not, let's call it whimsical. And there it is there. So now I can heat emboss this. So I just get my little spoon. I love these little spoons. Obviously you can't get them in plastic anymore because they're terrible for the environment. But there we go. Good enough. Good enough. Now I'm going to set that. Pop that out of the way. And that. Just bear with me while I turn this and warm it up over there. Cheers. And now I'm going to just heat set that. You really only want to heat this until it starts to turn metallic. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, where's my thing? Okay, look, beautiful. So now I just want to fold this back. I just want to fold it back so that it's straight and just give it a little bit of a fold with my fingers. Okay, that's done, that's done, that's done. Now, here's the interesting part. Here's the colouring. This is where the colouring comes in. So we want our Memento Black. We want to take our little piece of basic white, and you'll need your little pencil. Now, I really like those, what do they call them? Mechanical pencils. Because the lead is so fine. The lead is so fine that, you know, it doesn't add extra, what's the word? Width? So what I've done is I'm just lining this up so that there is a bit of a border all the way around. So you can see our designer series paper. Okay, I'm holding it there, I'm turning it over, I'm flipping it over. And I'm just going to very lightly trace inside this little pennant. Just like that. So now I know where I can stamp. So I'll pop this over here, and I've got all of the stamps here. We're going to do some impromptu masking as well. I've done this before, and yeah, it's really easy once you know what to do. Okay, so we want to put our truck. Where's the truck? Here's the truck. This is the truck from the Trucking Along. Now you can stamp the body, but I'm actually going to colour it. I prefer to colour it than try and line it up. But, you know, either or, you've got the opportunity to do both. But I particularly like to colour these things in because that's what I like to do. So I'm just inking this up with the Memento Black. Now, because it's a polymer stamp, you need some sort of foam mat. Now, I'm just going to... Look, if my head gets in the way, I apologise now, okay? So I'm putting this close to the bottom, and it just fits in to the space that we have. So I'm just holding that down. There's our truck, isn't it cute? So cute. So that's that one done. Now we want to put the presents in the back. So I'm going to take this one off here. Pop that on there. Oh, that's the trees. Sorry, that's the trees. We'll put that on there. Now, I wanted to put the presents in the back because it's a Christmas card. So this is where my little piece of scrap paper comes in. Now, this has got a straight edge on it. So I'm going to ink up the presents. Now, I'm going to line up my piece of paper so that I can still see the black line. And I'm going to put the presents in the back of the truck. Just like that. Now, it doesn't matter if I go down a bit, because that paper has stopped me from going too far over. Okay, now the trees, we're going to do the same with the trees. Now what I did was, I didn't use this stamp because I'm going to colour the trees as well. So what I did was I just got the outline of the tree, and if you have a look at my little sample here, you can see I've just kind of masked off over the truck area. Look, this doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody will send your card back if it's not 100% perfect. Now, I want to actually go beyond the pencil lines because, you know, that gives me a little bit of leeway to move this thing up and down. So, yep, put my finger in the ink pad again. So let's have a tree coming off here. Now there's a little bit of broken line on this tree, and how fortuitous that it was allowed me to put the ribbon, this piece of ribbon, in that and bring the tree down a little bit closer. And I'll show you what I mean. Now it looks like the ribbon is in front of the tree because there's a little gap in it. So I just continued along. I put them at varying heights. Don't worry too much about being perfect, okay? Please don't stress about that. So there's my line. There's another tree. I put another one over here. I put it so that it was kind of up against the bonnet here, and it kind of just fitted in, to be honest, above the body of the truck. So just like that. And then I put another one sort of over here a bit. We just created a scene. So now I'm going to show you how I've coloured all of those bits and pieces in. Now I'm using my blends. I'm just going to pop that up there for reference. So I'm using my blends. Now I've got a whole pile of colours here. I may or may not use all of them. That remains to be seen. But I want to show you how I got this texture on the trees. I hope you can see that. So what I did was I took my darkest green, which was the dark mossy meadow, and just with this very battered looking tip, I've just gone like this. Now you can go off the edge and practice a little bit. If that bothers you too much, just practice first, but stay within the leaves, the outline of the leaves. So I would suggest you start with the ones that are right off the edge first to practice, okay? Then I went to my dark granny apple green and I did the same thing. I just added some of the dark granny apple green. And then, and this is where you're best to practice on these ones that are out of the scene. I got the light parakeet party, which is like a really very light sort of neon lime green. And I'll show you on this one that's off here. All I did was colour. Now the blend, that's what they're called, blends for. So you get a variation in the greens. They all blend together, but isn't that simple? It's giving you a bit of texture. It's looking like there's a bit of depth in the trees. So simple, so simple. So I've basically just gone along and just coloured over the top with the light parakeet party. I'm avoiding the tree trunk, as you can see, because we're going to go in with a different colour there. Now, if it looks a bit clumpy, if the dark colours look a bit clumpy, just keep colouring and they will fade out. But I'm going to quickly go ahead and do all the rest of these, okay? But very, very easy. And it sort of lifts, it just lifts your colouring just a little bit. And look, you don't have to be an artist. You just have to know how to hold the pen. If you can hold the pen and go like that, you're in business. But it's, again, a very simple technique. Now, I want to share all these things with you guys, because what's the point of having your blends if you're not using them? If you're not sure how to use them, you're not going to use them, are you? So yeah, very, very easy, yet quite an effective technique. So there we go. Then I just got some, I think this one's called Ivory. It's just a light, well, I'll show you. It's almost like, it's lighter than light crumb cake. And I just did the tree trunks with the small end, the small nib. Very quick to colour in. And then with the dark crumb cake and the small nib, I just went over certain areas just to give that a bit of variation in the colouring of the trunk. Now I'm colouring that one, it's not even going to be seen. But there you go. You'll see they fade out a little bit. And now I'm going to do the rest of it, which was easy peasy. Really, really easy peasy. So the first thing I did was the truck. Now I got some dark bubble bath, and I'm just going to go over. Now this is probably unnecessary, to be honest. It's probably very unnecessary, but I just did some on the top where the light would fall naturally. That's just the dark bubble gum. No, what's it called? Dark bubble bath. Dark bubble bath. You know, a person could go crazy trying to remember all of these. Yeah. Then I went light poppy parade. Now look, if you don't have 3 or 4 different shades of red, do one. Do one. It's really not going to make that much difference, honestly. So I've just coloured not right to the top. So I've left a little bit of that bubble bath. You probably can't even see it, but I haven't coloured right to the black outline because the bubble bath is there. So that's our poppy pink. And then I've gone in with my, where's my real red? Where's my real red? My light real red. And I'm just going to colour from the bottom up. And look, don't forget, this is a handmade card and it's not going to be perfect. And it's quite a small image, so yeah, don't get too strung out on going over the lines or anything. And then I just did some dark little areas, like under there, under there, under there, just there like that. And yeah, there you go. It's not perfect, but you know, it doesn't have to be. Okay, then I did the ground, and I did it in this ivory colour, and yeah, just so that he looks like he's just driving down some dirt road. And where it was a little bit dark, I did some of the dark crumb cake just underneath, just like that. And then you blend the two together by just going over the lighter colour again. So you just go up into that lighter colour into the darker colour with the lighter colour, and it just blends it around. Done. Don't get too hung up. As I said, don't get too hung up. Then the presents I did with the parakeet party. I did all the boxes green. And I did the ribbons red. And this little stripy box on the end, I just did one green stripe, one red stripe, one green stripe. Just like that. And then with the light poppy parade, nope, that's not it. Light poppy parade, here it is. I did the ribbons so that they're a different red. And every second stripe. And then, because I don't have the black, I used a Sharpie for the tires. Now, because I've gone all the way over those, I'm going to do the whole lot, except for that bit in the middle. Yep, can't talk and colour at the same time. There we go, look. No one would even know you went out of the lines. I didn't buy the black because I already had a Sharpie. And so there you go. Right. Oh, look, I forgot those bits around the door. Oops. Looks a bit better now. Okay, and for the background, I used the really pale light pool party. Now, I did not colour the whole background in. Who's got time to do that? Look, I've got coffee to drink, so no time for colouring in there. So, and this nib, oops, I used the big brush nib, but it really does need to be replaced. But I've just gone in and around. And it looks like it could well be, it could be clouds in the sky, whatever. If you compare the two, you can hardly even see the blue in that. So there you go. That's that done. Now comes the next exciting installment, now that we've got that done. We're going to line this up, but you might want to rub out those lines first. Now here's the thing, it doesn't, once you've coloured over it, it may not rub out. So yeah, they're only guidelines anyway, so that's why I like the really fine pencils, because they don't leave too much of a line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue all the way around here, and then we're going to glue that into place. So remember, there's a very fine border on there, so don't go too close to those edges. And then you can just line it up. So once you've got it basically where you want it, yep. And check on the back, make sure you're not overhanging a bit. And there you go, look at that. Look at this little secret panel. Secret little panel. So now to make this little latch, this was just a little tiny scrap. It was just a strip of basic white. Now I hope I've got a strip of basic white here somewhere. Hold your horses, honey, because I did have some and now I don't know what happened to it. Well, switching to Thursdays hasn't made me lose things less. Okay, scrap time, another scrap time. Okay. Wait. Oh dear. This is infuriating because I did have it here. I just dropped a piece of scrap in my coffee. Dear oh dear. Hold your horses, honey. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Where are all those little scraps I keep? You know, you can never find them when you want them. That is so annoying. Ugh. Here we go. Here, I'll just have to cut it off this bit here. So it's about a centimetre wide, like a tiny, tiny centimetre wide. I don't need all of this, but anyway. Just chop that. That's about a centimetre wide. And I'll show you how I got this really nice little pointed end on it. So, yep, that'll do. It's about a centimetre wide. Actually, it's a little bit less than a centimetre, I think. Anyway, I digress. So what I did was I just popped that under there and kind of lined it up. Got my little pencil. Where? Oh, here it is. Relax, relax. Switch to decaf. And all I did was just draw that little, the same angle that is on that. So I've just snipped it off. I hope you can see that. Just snipping it off. And then I think it was about, I just snipped it off to a manageable length. And then I figured out where I was going to have this. Yep. So what I did was, I did with the other end. I popped that in there as well. And I just traced the same angle and snipped that off as well, just to, I don't know, uniformity, I suppose, I don't know. And snip that off. And then you just need this to be able to swing out of the way. So you don't want it too close to too much on that side. So what I did was I centered it up like that. I got my take your pick tool and I've poked a hole just like that. Now I've gone through these all 3 layers. So yeah, if you can see that, I've just gone through 3 layers and I'm just wiggling that around just to make that hole a little bit bigger because we want to put a brad in there. Now, these are so small. I actually stuck it onto one of the magnets so I would not lose it. So brad goes in there like that. Then it goes in there like that. And then you turn it over. Now you don't want to push these down too flat or this thing is not going to open. So usually one side is sort of like a little bit higher than the other. So just loosely. See, there's a bit of a gap there. I don't know if you can see that. Because this thing needs to be able to open and close. We're just securing that. Just like that. That's done. Now, card base. Beautiful golden red paper. That's going straight on there. Just like that. That's going on there like that. But first, just in case we, you know, bugger this up, we're going to stamp the greeting, which says, wishing you a festive Christmas. All of these are from that Trucking Along set. Now, there is a punch that fits that truck, and you may have seen in one of my videos, I made a wobbler. Go back and have a look through there and you'll see how the punch works. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to ink this up here like this and stamp inside the card. Now, if I bugger this up, hang on, I hope my hair doesn't get in the road. Now, if I do bugger this up and it's crooked or it looks horrible, right, that's the inside of the card. If that was horrible, I could turn it like that, give that a good burnish, and now glue my front back on there. But that looks okay to me. So that's fine. Let's put the lid on this before something happens. And we'll put the rest of the card together. Easy peasy. The colouring takes the longest, really. The rest of it is fairly easy. So I'm gluing this straight on, gluing the red straight on. And a little bit of a border. So that ties the white in, both this little white tab and our little background piece. And then this is going up on dimensionals. Now, I don't know about you, but when I want big dimensionals, all I can find is little dimensionals. So I purposefully got them out and then lost them. Hang on, what are these? These are little ones. What are these ones? They're little ones. What are these ones? Little ones. See? How's that possible? Oh dear. They're little ones too. Okay, hold the phone. I found some. Right, well, I will use some little ones. I'll put some little ones around here. Just around the brad. Just to keep that up off the back of the card so it doesn't, it doesn't get interfered with, for want of a better phrase. And then I'll just put some of these big ones around, so one in each corner, I think. One in each corner. And then one in the sides. Well, they're half ones, but it doesn't matter. And then 2 full ones in the middle, I think. Yeah, don't forget this has got to go through the mail if you're sending it. Now, the other thing I do like to do sometimes when I've really got to get something straight and I'm using dimensionals is sometimes I'll just pop a little dot of glue on the dimensional itself so that I've still got that little bit of wiggle time. So I'll show you what I mean. Just bear with me while I get all these pesky little devils off. These things are sent to try us. Oh, gosh. Sorry. Oops. But I've had a lovely relaxing day. I've been doing this all day, on and off. I stopped, made myself a pizza, had lunch, and then I've been relaxing for a little while without any stress. So here's my dimensionals. So what I do quite often is, and I mean a tiny little drop. I mean, I don't even know if you can see that. But that is just enough to go between the paper and the dimensional so that I can wiggle it into place if needs be. So I'll show you what I mean. Here's my card. I want to make sure that that's straight. I want to make sure it's got an even border all the way around. And see, I can put it down, and I've still got a little bit of wiggle time before I have to commit, so to speak. So there we go. Does that look okay? Done. We've got this cute little trapdoor, for want of a better word, with just this little fitting in it. And there we go. We've got our little thing. You, of course, could put the stamp some more details in there. But to finish that off, I added a tiny little bow made from our beautiful Simply Elegant twine. Now, this thing has started to go berserk again, so I've put some elastic bands on the ends to sort of keep this thing in check, but every now and again it just goes crazy. So chop off a bit, tuck that back underneath the elastic band so that it doesn't all unravel. Oh, there's nothing worse. And I'm going to make a tiny little bow. Now I hope I can do this with the piece that I've just cut myself off. Oops. There we go. So yeah, you don't want a really huge bow. And I just basically, it just needed something else on the front, I thought. And you know how bows go. You can fiddle around with them forever and still not be happy with them. Oops. Okay, I'm going to stop now because I could be here all day. So I just about ran out of glue dots, so I've just got a new pack. That's how they come. They come in a box, mini glue dots. But once they're out of the box, they're pretty much never going to go back in that box again. So yeah, just take the bow to the glue dot. Now you might have to, because this is so small, you might have to just fold that back on itself. And I kind of just popped it up here in the corner, just to sort of, I don't know, give it, oh look, I was going to trim that off, but I don't think I will. So what do you think about that? Let me get all this stuff out of the way, and we'll just have a close look at the two of them together. And then you can let me know what you think about this cute little truck card. So what do you think about that? Now, they're different. The tabs are different. So make them as you wish. Okay, so that's the closed one. That's the open one. And that's what it looks like. We've got our little tab that we can spin around and close. We can open this one. We've got our secret little truck in there. And we've got a beautiful message inside. But you can decorate that further. Now, if you think that needs anything else, of course, you can put embellishments on there. Some nice gold sequins might be nice. But, yep, I kind of thought this was kind of like a blokey one. I do prefer the gold embossed sentiment on the front as to the black one. As soon as I did it, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to, no. Looks much better with the gold. So, yeah, please, in the comments, let me know. Like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you on Sunday night now. So it's going to be a bit closer to the next video. But look, you can watch it whenever you like. That's the beauty of YouTube, isn't it? So if you have any questions, in the comments, or you can email me here and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about that. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.